All right. Welcome everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the live stream where we first review the watch list and then trade the market open every day. Hope everyone had a good Wednesday. Today's Thursday, the 12th of March, and it's 9:17 a.m., which means we got another 13 minutes till the market opens at 9:30. We'll wrap up trading usually between 10:30 and 11. Typically, the live stream isn't more than 90 minutes. Check the video description below for some FAQs, and let's get into it because wowie. What I got up here, look, we just got an alert from TD Ameritrade. Based on the market regulations, the following circuit breaker rules will apply today if met. Based on SPX prices, level 1, 7% decline, 15-minute trading hold. So this is what we've already talked about before. And the SPY futures, S&P futures, are down 7.5%. Which means we might be opening up to an instant halt in the morning, at the opening bell. This is going to be really interesting today. This is going to be the second halt in a week, and I think the last halt, what was that? It was like 2001 or 2005. So this is really just unusual activities, and I think a lot of this one is obviously fueled by coronavirus, but I think the U.S. shutting down its borders to people flying in from Europe specifically. So this is going to be quite an interesting day, but good morning everyone. You guys are all streaming in here. Yeah, halt central once again. So we're going to review the watch list like normal, but at the same time I feel like the lead gappers might not be it's not going to be your normal gap and go day. So we'll see what happens. So all I know is we're going to be trading with a smaller position size, probably about $1,000 today just to reduce risk. And I'm also not going to probably be trading breakouts today. I think I'm only going to be looking for pullbacks and dips. So I think those two things out of the gate, without a question. We could actually make 4 trades today if I did $1,000 position sizes. Let me actually show you guys what kind of ridiculousness ended with KALA before I do anything. So KALA was one of the few overnight trades, and we were up about 15, almost 20% on this one. And then, yesterday just kind of sold off all day, and it was kind of making the ski slope pattern where I always say the price just kind of keeps going down. And then at one point it has a little nudge to the upside and then just falls off a cliff. It's a ski slope that you don't want to be on. And I see this pattern happen quite a lot. So yesterday, once the market closed, I was really just waiting for a reversal all day, some sort of bounce. But when the market closed, I was like, you know what? I am not holding this overnight one more time. My original thesis was right. I just didn't take profits. I had some issues taking profits yesterday. I don't know why. And then, this thing absolutely crashes. So good thing that we got out of this trade. We still came out with, I think, like $9 profit. It was about 7 cents per share. So I don't even want to really keep talking about KALA, but everything was right about this one. This big, we should have sold in here, but my limit order was just a little bit higher and we missed that. Let's go here to go through the watch list. I ran the scanner this morning and there wasn't that much on the scanner, which I love seeing. I love when this scanner is kind of chill because it makes me feel like there's going to be a clear lead gapper. Unfortunately, today the market's also down 7%, so maybe we're not going to see a clear lead gapper. It's just going to be create chaos. Yeah, we are, Keith. I think we are predicting another morning halt in TIA. Yeah, I think it's going to open as well or get halted in the morning. Yeah, Shark. Yeah, with KALA, my trading thesis was at this point it would just be hope. So close that position. No need to be in that any longer. So ran the scanner this morning, the Gap and Go scanner, which you guys all have access to in the links below. And what I noticed was a lot of the big movers were basically everything that was bouncing yesterday. A lot of former runners that were just absolutely ripping it, like CODX. I know a lot of you guys were trading this one yesterday, and this thing ran, just absolutely ripped from the low, almost 200%, crazy. So yesterday, this could have been a good one to trade. And honestly, I kind of regret not trading CODX because all my attention was on TLSA, which we somehow walked away from green, but that was a tough one. I probably won't be trading CODX, APT, AIM, TLSA today, but I don't know. It's tough to say what's going to happen today. APT, similar situation. This thing's up almost 200%. Actually, no, 100%. Yeah, crazy stuff. So these bounces were huge, and this is why I usually have limit orders at these really low areas. But sometimes, you know, you get an early entry with a limit order. Yeah, AIM, similar situation. We had a nice dip buy here at 157. Or no, this one was right under $4. Three something, 397 or something like that. This was a cool dip buy. TLSA, this one was running up in the morning. We actually sold some position right here on our IRA account. This was a quick little sell. Oh, it's not popping up. Okay, so since the markets are really shaky today, there's going to be a good chance that TOS is going to be really, really laggy. So just keep an eye out for that as well. Let's go back to our cash account. KALA, probably won't be trading this one either, selling off. LAKE had a nice little bounce, but probably won't be selling it, kind of selling off already. GNMK, I'm not really interested in. MNK, no. NNVC, no gap. ENZ, this has been a big runner, maybe buying that dip at 2.5, but this one never even bounced that much, not really interesting. 180-day moving in average coming into it as well. PLAG, this one was kind of interesting. This is the first major one I stopped on when I was checking my watch list, but I don't know, more opportunities elsewhere. Yeah, TRIB, not interesting. PLX, not interesting. This is where it gets interesting. CEMI. We got another 6 minutes till the market opens, so I got a little bit of time. 55 million market cap, 17 million shares outstanding. CEMI. Let's quickly check the long-term chart. This is the first big green day. Always like to see that. What did we just say it was at? It hit a high of 5.5 roughly. Now it's at 4.2. Interesting area right around here in the 5 area. Big time support and resistance. I would say like the high $5-6 area is kind of a interesting little pivot point as well. I would definitely say 7.36. A lot of support and activity in this area as well. And then definitely a high here. So let's just go ahead. So we ran through all the way up to $6, and then here really in that 5 area where we had a lot of resistance, some troubles in this area. Let me see if we can quickly chart out some support here, maybe at $4. Let me quickly see what the news was about this one. Float 15 million. So they have, this is a coronavirus play. They have a partnership deal. Diagnostics, substances, USA, healthcare sector. Strategic partnership. Working, you can see it here. Strategic partnership, shares. Okay, interesting. I think $4 is big time support, so I'm going to keep an eye on for $4. You can even see all the way back here. You know, we've hit $4 many times and bounced off of it. So I think a crack of $4, I would probably go and do a dip buy on this one for sure. So I'll be watching this one out of the gates. Let's go ahead and talk about POAI. POAI, 8.6 million market cap, 4 million shares outstanding. Big gapper this morning. %, gap up. This one, medical instrument supplies USA company, launches AI platform for vaccine and drug development targeting coronavirus. Okay, so another kind of some hot words in there: AI platform, vaccine, coronavirus. And CEMI, just really quickly, which one's this gapping up on? Yeah, I'm definitely going to be a little bit nervous here with the responsiveness of TOS. Let me get back to the stream. Sorry guys, I was just a little bit focused. Look at POAI. You guys are excited about this one too. INO gets 5 million grant released 1 hour ago. I'm not sure if I'm going to be trading INO. I've already kind of said many times why. You said it too, Carmela. But it's a good one. I'm going to throw it up on the watch list as well. I might trade it. I don't know. It's come down a lot. I kind of like the price target. To me, it was overextended for quite some time, but now it's really come down. So huge bounce off of 5. Big resistance here at $10, kind of fizzling in this area. I probably wouldn't trade this as a breakout. But then again, I haven't really been trading it. I mean, it's had a phenomenal bounce, up over 100% from this low. So, I mean, doing absolutely amazing. BKYI, let's quickly throw this one up. This one, I think, sold off yesterday quite a bit. They had the big telecom, Nigerian telecom deal. It's like a $30 million deal. We've got another 50 seconds till the market opens. I think I'm going to kind of take a step back here. I'm going to try to be a little bit more calm today. BKYI really holding this $1 area. This could really bounce this morning. It's going to be kind of an interesting one to just kind of keep our eyes on. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it. And then, I don't know, POAI out of the gates. This is going to be interesting. Maybe we're going to watch CEMI. Either way, I'm going to be looking for support lines more than anything else. We got another 20 seconds, guys, till the market opens. Good luck, everyone. 180-day moving average here at $4. Big resistance. Keep an eye out for that. Here we go, guys. Good luck, everyone. This should be interesting day. Quickly switch this back to 1 minute. Should have had that done before. But I know I want to be a little bit more cautious today, so let's see. 1 minute buying volume. A little bit of a ski slope on CEMI. Big support near 4. If CEMI pulls back to 4 or breaks 4 with some decent volume, or the volume starts fading after it breaks, I probably will get long this one for sure. Let's see what has some of the higher dollar volume. AIM, INO has big dollar volume. CODX. I think the market's already halted. No? No? Okay, they're not halted. They might get halted any moment, guys. Just remember that. Don't really want to be in one of these plays when the market gets halted. That was a quick little bounce on POAI. The S&P 500 needs to be down 7%, then it's going to be halted. So yeah, the Dow is already at 7% down. Usually if the Dow's down 7%, you know, the S&P is right behind it, if not before it. So kind of surprised. I just don't see a reason to get super aggressive today. I'm probably going to miss some big runners though. This area is holding super well. Man, I would love to trade POAI on another day, I feel like. People are aggressive as ever. POAI, 60%. Definitely the lead gapper, but CEMI still kind of teetering at $4. Really interesting peg. Could be a red to green move. So we had a little bit of a pullback here, but instantly volume came in. 12% move, kind of impressive. Boom, big breakout here. So this was a really nice gap and go. This is potentially the second leg up on POAI. I'm going to keep an eye on it. This is definitely the big first green day lead gapper on this one. Has some interesting, you know, history. A lot of the gappers didn't really work that well, but watch out here. $4, big time resistance. So if we break $4, this thing could absolutely run. SPX down to 6.7 now, negative 6.7. I do not want to be in one of these small caps when the overall market gets halted. Remember what happened last time. A lot of them opened up and they were down 20, 30%. Whew. So I might miss the morning trading session, but that's kind of fine to me. 6.8 guys, negative 6.8. I think we're about to be in all halt. Only got 0.2% to go. CEMI now below 3.8. This is where I actually kind of wanted to buy it. Just really on the fence right now with the overall market. I think it's about to get halted. 6.88 guys. Doesn't need much longer. 6.9. 6.9. I'm looking right here. SPX 6.93. If this hits 7%, the markets are going to get halted. And I don't really want to be in one of these small caps when it does. Big buyers here at 3.76. 6.97. Here we go, guys. This is the SPX. 6.97. 6.93. Are we going to see a bounce off this low? 6.98. Ay, ay, ay. 6.95. CEMI 3.86. Here we go. Market's halted. I don't want to say that was obvious, but that was pretty obvious. Basically, I have a beer already. At least this time, we were ready for it. Last time, what was that, Monday? I wasn't ready for it, and I thought the small cap we were trading got halted, and that was absolutely stressful because I was like, wait, it should have not been halted, and then I realized all the other stocks were halted. I think you guys were calling it out and telling me halted. Hoo. Are you guys long anything right now? I couldn't get myself to go long. I just felt I would not want to be long right now in a position. Yeah, super right chart. So CEMI, this is the one I was kind of looking for. It's kind of like we just started the live stream new. We could like really take a step back. We could think about what we want to trade. This is good stuff. Yeah, ChemDog, Bitcoin. I was doing my going through my crypto watch list this morning, and you know, doing what I do every morning, and I was like, is Litecoin really down 30%? I don't think I've seen Litecoin down 30% since That one day, I think it crashed in like January something on 2017 or 2018. Time to refresh my coffee. Got to put on SPY. Nice move, David. You know what? I was thinking about taking some sort of trade as well on that, but I kind of let it slide. But even just like $100 for fun, I think would have been kind of cool. Just to say you shorted the market on March 12th. So CEMI, I think I'm going to look to probably get long on this one. I might even put a limit order out already. And then POAI, I like the pullback here. I was kind of expecting it, 12% drop. This could be a really good buy as well. I probably wouldn't trade it till maybe about $3 just because of that halt. $3, we're gonna have some bigger tops coming in here. Ooh, why is my 5-minute chart so messed up? So yeah, $3 could be a good base, especially if we break $3 and we're kind of like sitting at 275 or something like that. I think I would go long no matter what. Create alert below. Okay. So we got to remember when the market's going to get unhalted so I don't totally forget. Last trade was at 35.42 on CEMI, which was fairly actively traded. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that's when the market was halted, almost exactly. So that would be 950. So at 950... $950, $935, the market was halted. $950, it will be resumed. Oh, 52, is that what it was? I just had an alert go off. So this is a classic TOS issue when the market is on fire like it is today. The alerts are, they kind of just don't work. In TOS's defense, I'm sure they're like the least important thing. So they have those, like they try to get out everything else first. I don't know. Let's quickly check out what some of the bigger stocks, I almost said bigger coins, what kind of the bigger stocks are doing market open. So I know ripped up here, really nice move, about 8%. But then it kind of gave that back really quickly. 11% dip here, kind of aggressive. I don't know. Also had a little dip right in the morning. I think I would have traded this one pretty wrong. Not to mention we're in a huge resistance area from 10 to 11.5. I'd be really careful with this area. I think there's going to be a lot of sellers, a lot of people trying to close out positions. Anyone who bought up here above $12, I say former bag holders are going to be very, very keen to close their positions. CODX kind of pulling back. Really aggressive move there, 5%, but still not like percentage-wise, not, oh, cramp. Oh, I just got a cramp. Ooh. That was really weird. Wanted to trade IN so badly, but was watching S&P, yeah. Okay, 943 resumption. Good call. I don't know. APT. All these are interesting stocks. I would have traded them differently in terms of I would have been looking for the bounce, and we did get the bounce on several of these, including APT. I just I take profits very quickly typically, so we missed this 90% move and bounce. AIM, another one we traded. Wow, AM falling off a cliff. This is why I don't like to trade stocks kind of on the backside of the move, because that's where really people are starting to short. So this thing might break $4 today, and if it breaks $4, I wouldn't be surprised if it came back here to the 2 territory. We got like another 7 minutes till the S&P opens. Mark, when will Tesla join the S&P 500? I guess when that's a good question. Typically it's when their market cap is one of the top 500, right? I would have to look into that more. I don't have a clear answer. Let me grab my coffee. I'll be right back. We got another 7 minutes here. You need water, cramper. Yeah. Soup trader Carter, I think you're probably right on that one. But hey, a little bit of shot of coffee never hurt nobody. Airline stocks tumbling. I would be terrified trading airlines. But if you ask me, the market in general is just a giant fire sale. So I think adding to your long-term holdings today, tomorrow, sorry, I just like screamed in the mic, it wouldn't probably be a bad idea. So I'm probably going to be looking to do stuff like that. I don't really talk about long-term holdings too much on this channel, but maybe I'll start incorporating a little bit more in the future. What time would be the best to buy POAI? I like your question, getting back on topic here. So I think POAI, with their little breakout they had this morning and a little pullback here, I would probably be looking to get long them. I don't know, usually if the market wasn't going crazy right now, I would probably buy this dip. I would probably buy, because we had a nice breakout right here at 3.29. We're near some big time support, and I would probably buy at 3.3 or maybe a little higher, maybe 3.7. I probably would have already been long. I probably would have had a limit order right here where we had this nice little crack breakout. Maybe I would have even got it here at 3.5, 3 or something like that, and I would have been down about 3-4%. Today, I honestly, I don't know I don't know. I have an alert here if it dips under 3. I don't really think it's going to dip under 3, but if it does, I think $2.75 to $3 could be phenomenal buy territory. I'm not going to be buying breakouts today, so I've kind of ruled that out. But otherwise, if this pulls back to 375, this thing could rip past 4 and absolutely explode as well. But I think that's a very risky move on a day like today. Just because these small caps are getting to get halted as well, up and down, and then there's not going to be as many traders focusing on one stock, so the breakouts aren't going to be as clean. I think CEMI, I might even try to get aggressive on first. Need about 200 shares on this one. We had a really, really nice initial run here from 3.8. Kind of a lot of selling volume coming in though. We'll see how this one opens up. I think I'm going to be watching CEMI out of the gates. Both of them are very similar. 80% gap ups, low floats. POAI's float is a little bit smaller. They're both, you know, corona virus stocks. One has a partnership, CEMI has a partnership. The other one has some sort of AI looking for vaccine on corona news. I don't know. It's going to... Ticket from Dubai to the States, still same price. God, Shane, you're still out there contracting, huh? They'll probably let you back into the States though. TVIX, let me check this one out. So the first 15 minutes are typically the best time for the gap and go strategy. So, I mean, that's why I don't like these market halts, because they really mess up the gap and go strategy. The best time, honestly, for this strategy is when the market is super boring, when it's like up and down 0.2, 0.5%. That's usually when you get the cleanest gappers, because the overall stocks aren't moving that much and all the traders are looking at, you know, 5 tickers in tops, maybe even 1 or 2. But on a day like today, everyone's looking at everything. Credit Suisse. Yeah, that's actually kind of absurd, how much this thing ran. My God. This is like a 3 times, right? 3 times ETF. I haven't looked at this one in so long, TVIX. The VIX ticker, right? This is the VIX ETF. Let me quickly refresh. I forgot. Don't want to say something wrong. Velocity shares daily 2x VIX short term. Yeah. Exchange. Yeah, the ETF on that. Absolutely insane. Is anyone long the VIX? Wow. If you went long the VIX in February, you would be so in the money. You could just, I don't know. You could still watch the channel live streams without having the stress to have to trade. Let's just say that. All right, guys, the market's going to start opening up soon here. I'm just going to get ready on CEMI. Just kind of have it on my watch. This is going to be really, really interesting. Thanks, Shane, for that shout out. I appreciate all the likes, guys. And this is record numbers and viewers, so it's just really good fun. I'm trying to remain calm. I don't even know what to do. First, coffee, water. All right, market's opening up here, guys. Water. POAI 3.4. CEMI, I feel like, did everyone forget about trading it? All right, here it goes. Some big sell orders at 3.84. Check out this big lot that came through. POAI ripped all the way to 3.6. This might break out past 3.7. I'm not ruling it out. I just check out the spread on that thing. The thing is ripping in all directions. Why is CEMI not moving? 3.7. This is a critical area. A lot of sellers. This thing is under VWAP, just kind of selling off a lot. I don't really like that about this one. I would have kind of expected it to bounce a little bit earlier. Could still be a good move. I'm going to check out POAI. Okay, so this one's looking pretty healthy here. This could be the big runner. CEMI doesn't have that much volume. Another reason to be a little bit hesitant. I don't know why no one's trading it right now. Down at 61. Charts really aren't updating that quickly. Whew, that was a lot of sellers. Wow, this might get halted on the way down. 10%. Big moves. CEMI just got halted. Oh man, even buying dips today is dangerous. I hope you guys are all safe on that one. I was getting close to buying it, but at the same time, I thought it was weird that it wasn't moving. I felt really weird that the order book wasn't showing anything. Wow. Small position sizes today. POAI pulling back. Maybe I shouldn't have a sip of coffee, but I'm going to do it anyway just for flavor purposes. We got the 15-minute EMA coming in right underneath. Who knows? Maybe I'm not going to trade at all today. This is just ridiculous. This is like common sense thrown out the window. Here we go. POAI potentially dipping heavy. Market's down 8-9%. Remember, at 13%, there's going to be a second halt for 15 minutes. And then if we hit 20% down on the day, the markets are going to be closed for the remainder of the day. So I don't really think that's going to happen, but my God. Yeah, I wouldn't buy dips today. I don't know what to do today. It's kind of like everything you've been practicing for, you could just basically forget about it. I don't know. CEMI ran all the way down to 3.36. I think this could be a really good buy out of the halt. I mean, we just came back to almost the all-time low near $3. That's pretty insane. I don't think it's going to break past $3. I mean, this is a big Corona stock news. Wow, it's just selling off so aggressive. Remember, a lot of these small caps, the order book is very, very thin. If someone places too big of an order, you get those spikes. Shane sweating over here. I would be sweating too, but it's kind of freaking cold here. And I only got a shirt on, but I got 2-layer pants on, so my legs are really warm. Any long-term stocks to buy today? I don't know, probably everything. In all honesty, like, I don't think anybody would make a grave mistake buying long-term stocks today. As long as you're buying a company that's fundamentally, you know, good, making progress. Like if you bought Apple today, it's down, you know, what, over 20% from like 2 weeks ago. You're basically getting like, I don't know, giants like discount on it, in my opinion. I don't think Apple's going anywhere anytime soon. At one point, it's going to have new all-time highs. I don't know. That's just guesses. But if you're buying safe companies, not these small caps, I think you're going to be doing all right with long-term positions. Peter Lynch, one up on Wall Street. Invest in what you know. If you like the company, you use their products, it's probably a good buy. RAD below $10. Shit in the bed. Stocks are discounted today, but I'm waiting for a clearance. Yeah, yeah, clearance. Fire sale. Store is closing. As long as the stock doesn't get delisted, right? I think POAI could be such a phenomenal trade. I don't like that we're hanging out below VWAP though. I'm gonna go ahead and put an alert here above 3.52, see if we break back above it. And then I'm gonna put another alert so I don't have to watch it right below this area. I think there's a good chance that we might break the 3.3 area. Create alert. There's also a good chance one of my alerts is just about to go off any second below, which is always really annoying. CEMI. This one's going to get resumed on 10:57 and 24 seconds. So we got a little bit more time. I think I'm going to want to watch this one a little bit here. I'm kind of surprised how much selling kind of took place on it. POAI back above. CEMI just doesn't have a lot of volume. That's it doesn't have a lot of dollar volume, but in its defense, it's also been halted and the market's been halted. So it didn't really have time to get that volume. It has a fairly good catalyst. I know, getting crushed. It's still up on the day though, but yeah, Hate when I finish. Yeah, John, that's the worst. I don't like that either. Here, wow, what was that? Oh my lord. Oh, so it just got CEMI just got unhalted. Did it just get halted again? Well, if you had a nice little limit order at 3.5, you would have been down in the hole. You would have been down like 3%, but you instantly would be up really nicely. These stocks, man, this is why. This is like the example on why I don't like trading on high market volume days. Like, what was that? I think it's halted again. No, it's not. INO feels like an abusive relationship. How you feel about INO, Excel, is how I felt about GNPX. I felt like every time I traded GNPX, I was on the wrong side of the trade, and then right afterwards, it like did what I wanted to, and then I would try to get in again. It was just miserable. I really like only trading those first green days, second green days, and then third green days. I'm really not trading it anymore, but unless it has a giant pullback. So that's why I kind of ignore a lot of the runners from, you know, last week and stuff like that. I'm going to run the scanner for after market opens. I'm going to see if there's anything else moving. Something tells me that there is, so let's see what we get here. Hey, that was a pretty cool bounce. I mean, this thing, it's so lightly traded. That was only $100,000 that has been traded since it opened up. That's nothing. That means if I went in with $2,000, I'd be 2% of the trading volume. Whoa, 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 POAI dipping. Whoo, hoo, hoo. This is what we were waiting for, guys. Getting close to $3. Gold miners look interesting for the next couple of months. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. I might leave CEMI alone. I don't like the spreads on it. I think you could get stuck in a bad position really easily, but I think if you just dip buy it around $3, it wouldn't probably be the worst setup. POAI, maybe it's going to bounce here in this area. Let's see what happens. Tricky day, guys. Very tricky day. So AYTU is one of the lead movers today. 22% up on $50 million volume, and then followed by APT. So let me go ahead and put AYTU on the chart. Another classic former runner, kind of getting some momentum here. A lot of sellers in this area. Yeah, I don't know. That is the choppiest chart I've seen in a while. Let's go back to POAI. Let's see how this bounce is doing. Doesn't look too hot. Yeah, JP for sure. I mean, with the long term, it's obviously you should never go all in one day. Averaging down, averaging up, buying every week regardless. I mean, I think those are kind of the strategies for these kind of portfolios, for those portfolios. I don't know, guys. I think the only thing we're doing right today is not buying breakouts. Buying pullbacks so far, you know, I could have probably got a little bit more aggressive on a lot of these. I don't know. We got all the top movers. The only thing we could probably keep looking at, or look at that we haven't looked at, is maybe DECN, Decision Diagnostics. 60% move. You know what? That dollar volume and the sub-dollarness really is not something I like. Well, you know what? I haven't seen an OTC stock in quite some time. Check this out. It's an OTC. When was the last time you guys saw an OTC? So this pullback was all the way to 311, maybe 310, hard to say. And the bounce is pretty nice, about a 9% bounce. It's just, it would have been really hard to guess that it went down to here. I don't know. A lot of buyers at 320, 307. CEMI. Kind of gaining a little bit of bearings here in this area. I think this could be a really good bounce off of it today, or off of it right now. This is already 6% bounce. I don't think I'm going to trade this one. I'm going to go ahead and put alert here under 3.37. If it breaks this area, I probably would buy it near $3. Otherwise, I don't know. It's a really nice blue day outside. You would have no idea if you were walking around outside that the markets were in absolute catastrophe mode. Especially because Berlin is always gray in the winter. So today really feels like something good happened. It's like, I don't know if you guys listen to Rammstein, but he has a song that's called like, Here Comes the Sun. That's today. Still checking the scanner, seeing if there's anything new. One thing that's kind of popping up on my eye is DSS, looks kind of interesting, and CHFS both look interesting. Really creeping up here. So let's go ahead, pop it up here. So much for our lead gappers. Sub dollar, one of my least favorite things. Another OTC. What? How did we just get two OTCs in a row? Big green day on it. Resistance at 0.4. 56% move. Huge. It looks like it's breaking higher though. This thing could absolutely keep on running. Buying this with like 3,000 shares, tiny position, and then just, you know, seeing what it got in it. Pretty interesting stock so far. CHFS, CH. This is such a tough day. CHFS having a bit of a red to green move. This is a NASDAQ, still sub dollar. 15 million float. And what's the news about this one? Tech company pulling into the, this was a recent play, not too long ago. Bought APT bounce for a quick scalp. Nice. Nice work, Shark. I missed that halt, actually. Totally missed it. CHFS looks like a really interesting red to green move. It's now 10:07. So this is the time where sometimes you see those absolute rips taking place. It's 22% move. We'd need about 2,000 share size on this, kind of a big, big position. Oh, there goes my alert. This could be a really good little dip buy right here. I don't think I would get an order if I was extremely conservative, but I don't think I would trade a sub dollar if I wasn't extremely conservative, just because of those floats. See if we can get an entry on CHFS. This is a tiny position size, under $1,000. I think this could be a really good bounce area, something up on news, and really starting to pull up on the gap, the lead scanner now after markets open. CHFS, $3.2 million volume, 11 million market cap, 20 million shares outstanding. Actually, the float's about 15 million. Had decent news. Long-term chart, really rough though, so I'd probably be really cautious on it. I think this might break now above VWAP, but I'm not going to buy breakouts today, like I said. So if on the off chance we get a giant pullback here, we would have an entry, and then I would look for a break. Otherwise, I'm going to close that limit order soon. TLSA has an interesting open, but you know, we were on the wrong side of this trade so many times yesterday. I didn't feel like the need to trade it today. Trading INO probably would have been a good idea today, honestly. Just because it's heavily traded, sometimes support and resistance act much nicer on heavily traded stocks. But again, you know, it's super unpredictable. I probably would have tried to trade this pullback at $10. And before you know it, we would have been down 14%. I probably would have closed my position right near the low. I don't know. It's just so tough today. But yeah, I mean, conservatively thinking that, you know, $9 was the low would have not been a bad idea to trade INO. I hope some of you guys got INO because it's kind of cool. CODX, similar situation, pulls back aggressively in the morning. Would have been a little bit tough trying to figure out where to buy this. VWAP is about 12.3, so maybe just buying off the VWAP on the 5-minute back here. I think that would have been the way to trade today, which is kind of crazy because, you know, today I was like, well, we should trade pullbacks today, and I didn't place any pullback limit orders for some reason. I think I wanted to trade the pullbacks when I was watching them, and I was mainly watching CEMI. So yeah, INO, CODX. even AIM, but that halt was kind of ferocious. POAI, Corey. Hey, it finally broke out. This is kind of what we were waiting for. Really nice move here at 10 o'clock. Well, even if your entry was horrible, this is a nice move. 22%. Whew, 4.2. Really nice breakout. Some big resistance right now, approaching the 180-day moving average. Check out the 4.5. Really solid breakout. Nice move, 30%. Congrats anyone that made that. I missed it. POAI is booming. Yeah, it is. Did CEMI die? Yes, seriously, what happened to that? I have no idea. Usually for a stock to be a lead gapper and then just absolutely not do much is very unusual. I don't know. Has quite a big spread. Every time the ticker updates on it, it's always like a 5-cent move or something like that. Buying this 1 minute pullback here would have been a really good move. I came to the party too late. Totally, absolutely missed this one. Yeah, Bryce, I have a gap and go scanner that I run every morning. I have a whole video on how I use the scanner and how you can use it in your TOS in the video description below under the FAQs. Here we go, guys. Quick pullback, POAI. And then I basically look, what are some of the lead gappers? What's moving up the most? And POAI and CEMI both were moving up some of the most. Both up 80% with Catalyst News, low floats. Really nice. They were both the last two on the watch list, actually, on the scanner. That was a really aggressive pullback. Two quite heavy candles here. 12%. Usually more of a 6% pullback is something that is a bit healthier. So let's see what happens with POAI. Hope you guys were able to take some profits here, especially at that 4.42 area. As we were saying, the 180-day moving average right here, right below it. Nice, out of POA at 4. Good move. I placed the limit here at 47. I don't really think, especially in the short term, we're going to see 47. I just kind of put it here as a little reminder of what I would like to do. I don't think we're just going to get a random flash crash. But if we keep pulling back here and go under a VWAP, I would probably like an order somewhere above 330 and somewhere below 350. So I'm not sure where that's going to be, and I don't know if it's going to happen, but that could be a possible entry. Right now, POA is going to probably try to break out higher here. It had a pretty big move. This was a kind of a serious leg up, so maybe it's going to need a little bit more time to consolidate. This bounce wasn't very strong though. This was only about a 6% bounce. I'd be careful here. This thing could keep pulling back. Needs to really keep ripping up here. SPCB news and halted. Boy clause. SPCB. Really nice rip. Up almost 50% on the day. News came out on 19. Pure health tracking of patient location in coronavirus amid coronavirus outbreak. Big resistance at 0.8. Breaks 0.8. It could probably run all the way to $1 without seeing too much resistance. $1.10. This could be a really interesting one on resumption. The problem is with this one, check out the dollar volume on the day. It's so lightly traded that nothing even comes up for that. So probably just a couple tens of thousands of dollars were traded on it. So just watch out. I was thinking about putting a limit order on CEMI. I don't like how we're having some issues breaking above this area, 3.75. I don't know. I probably won't touch this one. Maybe, like I said, if we break below 330, I'd probably buy somewhere around $3. I don't expect it would be a big bounce, but for now, I don't think I'm going to be trading it. A lot of selling volume here. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe there's some warrants on it that I didn't look for. KALA, so happy I closed this position. This would have been just absolutely traumatizing. We sold right here. POAI, moving again. That was a big volume candle. Here we go, 3.6 is going to be a big support area because this was a former breakout pullback area before we ran 20%. So this could be a decent size bounce right here. 5% already. 3.6, key support. $9.80, not good. Satoshi, I know. I know around $8 to $9 is potentially an interesting setup. DSS, yeah, I keep watching DSS too. Up, you know, we put it on the watch list when it was at 160. Now it's at 200+%. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. So basically 40% or actually 50% since we started watching it. Jeremy looking at CEMI. I don't really like how POAI is selling off so much. I might even go ahead and move my limit order down further, in all honesty. Oh wow, SPCB ripped all the way right after it got unhalted all the way into the $1 territory. Good call. That was a huge move, 36%. A really, really nice move on that. Yeah, this is a tough day. I kind of missed a lot of moves, but at the same time, avoided bigger losses. I don't know. It's just one of those kind of weird days. Let's see. Yeah, Bryce. So I know a lot of traders that trade with around $10,000. Not a lot, but like a handful personally. And you can get, I would say, probably comfortably up to about 50,000. After that, you know, if it's trading under $10 million in a day, I'd be extremely careful. You would never really want to be more than a percent of the daily volume. If you're maybe 5%, that's really big. Getting in on SPCB on one of these halts would have been really, really tough. This thing just absolutely ripped in 4 minutes all the way back up here. I don't know how I would trade this one. I'd probably look for, again, a pullback back to 0.8. I don't know. Got the 180-day moving average right below it. Let's see how this one resumes. It's going to resume pretty soon here. About 2 minutes. CHFS, we had a limit order on this one. Big support at 0.45. Maybe we're still going to get a little trade on it. I don't know. I have a tiny, tiny position size on it, so still waiting. I do know though, we're probably going to wrap up trading maybe in like 15 minutes or so. Just not really the day I was looking for. And I knew there was probably a good chance I wouldn't trade today. I probably could have been more aggressive on a lot of those former runners because those things pulled back really, really nicely to some, you know, big multi-day support levels. So getting a bounce off of those probably would have been the ticket today. And then you just get a lot of these really shaky moves like POAI. I think POAI would have been so easy to get on the wrong side of multiple times. Whew, this thing is just ripping through some support right now at 3.8. Some buyers coming back in. Quickly watch SPCB open up here. 121, so many buyers. Rips another 20%. This thing's up now, 146% on the day. 72 cents. Did it just get halted again? Was that another halt? I think that was another halt. 22, no? Or yes, I don't know. Looks like it. All right. Tyler, yeah, halted again. Crazy, huh? POAI looks kind of interesting. Kind of riding up here on the 15-minute EMA. 5 minutes setup. Let's kind of zoom in here a little bit on the 5 minute. So we have nice 2 5-minute candle pullback. Now we're kind of ripping up higher again. I kind of think that this could be a longer setup. POAI took a little bit longer this morning to really do anything. So I wouldn't be surprised if, we had maybe a bit more of a, ABC pattern or something like that. Maybe even like a pennant kind of coming in here. Shane, I'm done with the morning trades. I'll check back in the afternoon. Yeah, I feel you. I'll probably be wrapping up somewhat soon here too. It's officially 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this is typically when I'm really winding down my trading, looking maybe for an entry if something's really coming together, or looking to get out of my last trade. And then by 11 o'clock, I typically want to be totally done. So it seems like today, no trades from me, which really doesn't happen that much. This is like only the second maybe time. I probably should have got a bit more aggressive with the bigger movers, like even INO and CODX and AIM. I was kind of over-focused on CEMI, and I missed that one somehow. It was just moved so weird. And then POAI, I was a little bit too conservative on this one, I think. Nice, Shane. Nice move. I think that's a good one. I don't know. I would have loved to trade CEMI, but I probably would have made a mistake. I probably would have tried to enter at 75 and then got shaken out at the 3.5 or 3.3 or something horrible. I don't know. Man, POAI is really building up some momentum here, huh? Why am I so tired today? I think all the hype with the overall market got me all sorts of weird POAI, guys, breaking out here. POAI. I feel like I say that wrong every time. Pre-market dip on AYTU, scoop 40%, really solid. Michelangelo coming in here. We're trading with the gods, I feel like. Yeah, POAI is looking really interesting. It looks like it might try to break this 4.4 area really soon here. I would give it a bit more time, but yeah, I don't know. I like how the volume's been increasing down here. Most on the 5-minute chart, most of it has been big volume. That's a good sign. Lead gap on the day, tiny float. I mean, everything's speaking about this one. Pre-market moving up 90%, which isn't super overextended, but it has that kind of 414 big resistance, 180-day moving average. And then we have about right below the $4 area, 4.7, or right below the $5 area, 4.7 big time resistance. So it doesn't have the nice room to run that some of the other stocks that I look for typically have. CHFS below. We might get an entry here on CHFS any second. POAI breaking some of its momentum. Yeah, so about 950. This thing really failed to pull higher here. I like the fact that we had a breakout here at 4.5. So I'm gonna see if we can get a little bounce on it. Volume still piling up here. This could be a nice little trade today. Just had our first little entry on CHFS. Big buyers coming at 0.46. I'm not going to chase this entry. It doesn't look like at the moment that we got it. Let's see if there's going to be one more pullback here. At the moment, it looks like we kind of just totally missed this entry, which is fine. Like I said, I kind of doubted we would even get it to begin with, but we have exactly 200 shares on this tiny stock. What is that, like $100? All right, Jeremy, thanks for tuning in, man. I'll see you tomorrow. And Shane, till next time. I'm going to be wrapping up pretty soon here as well. Just kind of watching this little trade. Looks like we might get that second entry I've been waiting for. Let's see what happens. Or not. I think this bounce is taking place. It's probably going to happen without us. Well, still pulling back here. I'm actually going to move down my limit order. I don't like that it's still selling off. I might just close our little $200 or $100 position size on this one. Let's see what happens. I don't know. It's kind of like it's like play. POAI would still be kind of a cool entry. Right now it's looking not too hot, but I think right around VWAP, especially if we don't break VWAP, this one could be a really good move later today. Sub dollar is something below a dollar. I typically don't like trading pennies. Actually, the one we're trading today, CHFS, is a prime example of something I typically avoid. But kind of just taking advantage of the overall spikes in the sub dollars today, which seem to be quite exaggerated. DSS pulling back now from 220%. Yeah, interesting point, Shark. Very interesting point. So if we had a full entry on this one, I would be closing out my position. I would probably take my 2% profit on it or whatever like that. But we didn't, which means, it was a weak bounce, which means there's a good chance it's going to break back below this area. And if it breaks below this area, I don't think it's going to be a double bottom. I think it's going to be something really more along the lines of below 0.45. So I moved down my limit order again. Maybe we can actually get the position size that we wanted on this one. If not, that's fine too. Yeah, I typically don't. I mean, sometimes you get some really nice trades out of them, but a lot of the times they act a little bit weirder. Spread's big. Some traders avoid them totally because their commission fees on them are very high because brokers sometimes charge like, I don't know, it'll be like 17 cents or like not 17, but like 0.07 cents per share. So when you trade sub dollar, all of a sudden you have to buy thousands of shares or tens of thousands of shares. And that makes trading sub dollars very unprofitable for some traders. So a lot of people just ignore anything under a dollar. And I think for that reason alone, the spread's bigger. I don't know. You just see a lot more weird stuff taking place with sub dollars. So I think ruling them out as a rule of thumb is probably not the worst idea. But sometimes we get really nice trades off of them too. I mean, they're not always bad. Not even sure if I want this trade anymore. Oh, here we go. Oh, that was like a perfect time to readjust that entry. Here we go. Let's see if we can get a little bounce here. We had an entry at 0.445. Wow, that was a quick one, huh? Waiting for a little bit of a bounce here. I like the pullback it had. I also like the fact that it's just near some big time support area. Let's see if we can get a little bounce on this one. Waiting for a bit move higher. I would like to see a break of 0.47 really soon, or else I think I might get out of this trade. I think we could probably have a nice little top here, 0.48, and maybe even come back to VWAP. That's kind of like my general thesis. I'll probably take profits quicker on it though, just to stay on the safe sides. or I might have to cut losses here if this bounce doesn't happen. So kind of a risky play, but at the same time, I like the general support. So let's see what happens. Yeah, KALA fell off a cliff, but it rebounded really strong, didn't it? I don't know. I have to check it out. Let's see. First, I need to close this trade. I want to see this break 0.47 really, really soon. I don't want to keep holding this if it just kind of lingers in this area, or else you're going to get one of these things, and before you know it, you're kind of red, and then you keep holding it, and then it turns out miserable. I want to see some activity. I want to see it break for 0.4699. We have to crack through it. Here we go. Nice little crack. Can we get one more move here? Looking for one more little bounce here to the upside. No catalyst on this one today. .4612 is really nicely getting bought into, some big volume that looked pretty healthy. Not trying to get greedy or anything on this one. Want to take profits pretty quickly. Let's see if we get one little pop more to the upside here. I'm going to give it a little bit longer. Buyer's still kind of in charge here. Here we go. Trying to close this position. Not sure why it's not closing it out. That was very weird. That was weird. Nice little 5% profit on that. We should have closed it out earlier on this spike to the upside, and I don't really know why we didn't, or why it didn't. So still 5% trade on a tiny position. Actually, this might have been more of like a 6% profit because I think we only entered with like $900 position size. I didn't want to get aggressive on this one. It's kind of like a little fun afternoon, little whacker. Let's go to KALA quickly, see what you guys are all, see what all the hype is about. Oh yeah, really nice. So we exited this position actually at the end of the trading day yesterday, right as we got into extended hours at 7.78. Ooh, pretty cool little bounce here. But you know, this whole bounce, this whole move, and this is what I didn't like about KALA, is only 12%. So if you had like a perfect entry and you just had like a perfect exit, a 12% move, I mean that's, or okay, 14%, that's a little bit better, but that's a tricky one. But nice, you know, we were up 15% on that trade, and man, did we trade it wrong. POAI is looking a little sketchy. Nice, Keith. 10% profit on POAI. That's what I like to hear. Did you buy this little bounce off of VWAP? It's kind of a ballsy move if you did. I'm still looking for VWAP to crack potentially. Crack, 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 snackle, pop. Ooh. Sub dollar, shakala, INO selling off again. Stop it. Oh, you got a pre-market. Yeah, cool move pre-market actually with POAI. That seems like an interesting time to do it, for sure. Where'd you buy it pre-market? When it was kind of, yeah, where'd you get it? Let's go back to INO, kind of selling off right now. Ooh, that is a rough looking little downwards trend with INO. I think there's a good chance we might go below 8.6. I don't think I'm going to be touching it, but my God, baby Jesus, I might even want to put, oh, it's cracking, guys. It's cracking good. $6 could be some tremendous support. I think even 7.75 or something like that could be some big time support. I think we're about to crack 8.5. Oh, look at that, those sellers coming in here. I got to make sure my auto send is off so I don't accidentally click something. Whoa. All right, guys. Nail in the coffin for INO. This is a sad day in the chat room. Got it. You got it on Webull. I know, acting like it's part of the low float family. That's a good way to put it, Boy Claus. I'm going back in at 750. I think that could be a great support area. I don't know if I'm going to buy it at 750. I probably should. 750 has a lot of nice tops and bottoms. You can see we had a close here. We had an open wick pull back to 750. On the daily, it's just generally a nice area. Who knows, it might bounce here, but I think the bounce here might be more of a dead cat. And I don't know, I wouldn't want to enter just here. Yeah, to me, there's more risk than upside on a bounce on this setup with INO right now. CEMI a buy. Is it back from the grave? Yeah, It could be. It could be. It is kind of holding this area pretty well. It could also just be pulling off and be getting its descent to Neverland. I don't see something I'd want to trade. It doesn't move a lot, and for day trading that isn't very fun. Easily get stuck on the wrong side of a trade. POAI back at $4, starting to curl up here. This is where it gets fun. I know it's kicking my butt right now. Satoshi, it's not what I like to hear. Shouldn't you be trading crypto? Look, guys, look, I was trading INO right here when it was at 364. So I did trade it just when it was still under $10, under $5. My favorite range is from the 2 to 7 area. That's typically what I'm looking for. All right, guys, I don't think I'm going to get another trade in today. I might get a trade with POAI if I leave a really low limit order, and that at one point maybe I'll get some sort of execution on it. I don't think I'm going to trade this over 3.5. I just don't. The way it's kind of been having these fake breakouts and then kind of aggressive pullbacks, it just does not make me really excited about it. I'm going to keep my limit order here. I might trade this while I'm doing a recap video or something like that. Who knows what's going to happen with the price, but actually right now it's dipping pretty hard, so our alert's about to go off. I don't think this is going to be a one-shot move though. I think this, maybe I should just stop talking for a second, because right now 3.5, it's having some issues. Wow, what an aggressive pullback. This thing absolutely just kisses my limit order and turns around. That's just unfair. So we were kind of right on POAI. That was a really, really strong sell-off. I think the bounce is about to take place right here, guys. We missed this entry by probably 0.01 cent. We'd be up about 5% already. I think this could easily be a nice 9% bounce. Wow, I can't believe I just missed that. Yeah, I did see Bitcoin dumping this morning. Did you trade Bitcoin? I was about to trade Litecoin, but I didn't. Crazy. Later, Paul. Thanks for tuning in, man. Keith, TOCA rip taking off. 5% bounce. That was huge. Actually, could have been more. It wasn't the strongest bounce. I know, just trapped short sellers. Yeah, maybe it ran all the way back up to 9.3. That's kind of crazy. POA still kind of having some issues bouncing in this area. I wouldn't be surprised if it pulled back a little bit more. I'm going to be a little bit more careful with my limit order here. We just got an entry on POAI, the one we've been watching all day today. Whoop, what did I just click on? Let's see if we can ride this bounce a little bit here. That was a big first bounce volume candle. We had a actual perfect entry, I think, on this one finally, because we just missed the last one. Here we go. Let's see what kind of bounce we can get off of it. I was thinking even about increasing my share size. What am I doing? There's a 300 right here. You know, yeah, Peter, that's a good way to put it. I like the bounce we're seeing on POAI. That's a really strong bounce. So when I see a bounce that's strong, sometimes I like to hold a little bit more. There's a really good chance we're gonna have maybe 2 or 3 candles that are very strong. So let's see what we get here. Big question is, are we going to bounce? 3.5, some buyers coming in. 3.51, sellers taking over. 3.5, would be really nice to see this area hold. 3.46. I'm looking for maybe 2 to 3 candles here. Green candles, not red candles. Those were really aggressive pullbacks. Smaller position size again. I should have been a bit more aggressive with the position size, but no. $3.44 getting chipped away. $3.5 has a lot of sellers on it. Hopefully they get chipped away, or they're going to remove their orders. $3.5, big sellers there. First buyers attacking the 3.5. This is interesting here. Satoshi, no, I bought it at 5,848. That's a good place to buy it. I've been also averaging in consistently. POAI. This does not look good at 3.5. Just like CHFS, I want to see these moves happen fairly quickly. If you don't see them happen fairly quickly, you get something like that happened here. And whoop, what's going on? We broke 3.5. It's a good sign. Markets are still extremely red, not bouncing too hard. This is our lead gapper on the day. Big news. It's been a choppy one. I said, you know, buying POAI on pullbacks is probably the only thing I'm going to be wanting to do today, even though typically I'm looking for breakouts, but just a tough day. So we ended today with 2 trades. Still undecided if it's going to be a green day with the POA right now. Small position sizes, was really decided to be much more conservative today. Doesn't look like this one's going to be a break higher here. It's kind of disappointing. Thought we were going to get maybe 2, 3 continued green candles in a row. Not too much volume. Just watching the order book. $3.4 getting chipped away. Having a bit of a double bottom here. Well, anyone that missed the 3.34 entry had that second chance, or this is a very dangerous spot to buy. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. Probably coulda, shoulda, woulda took my profits a little bit earlier on this one. I really was expecting we would have a little bit bigger move to the upside though. Wow, did this sell-off was much more aggressive than I expected today. Kind of everything though today was not what I expected. The way, you know, stocks typically move, so. Selling volume really has started dying off though. We're getting a bit of a divergence on the volume and the way the price has been going. So giving it a little bit longer here. I would almost want to even consider adding into this position in this area as it's still technically going the direction I wanted to. Just got to give it a bit more time. Sellers are still fully in charge though. Buyers were not able to break out from that constant selling pressure. Oh, this could be the first high. I've noticed a lot of these dip buys, my timing, it won't be perfect. So sometimes, you know, I could have made 2 trades out of this, for example. Yeah, I saw that, Bryce. I saw the China saying something about the US and coronavirus. I was like, what? Sounded like a little bit of a last-ditch effort. I can't get over how weak the buying is. Why is it so weak? 3.47. Bulls are scared. They should be. I'm scared. Big sellers at 55. Three, 5, 3, 5, 4 could be breaking out here. 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 3, All right, we got out at the 3.6. Clean little 7-8% trade on this one. Not too bad. Kind of got the trade I wanted. Even though I traded after 11 o'clock. This is the suspense you get when you trade after 11. Things just don't work out according to plan. I'm definitely going to wrap it up today with this trade. Nice little over 100% profit today, or 100%, $100 profit today, even though we used tiny position sizes. First trade was about $900. Second trade was about $1,000. So we were walking away with about, over $10,000 in, I mean, my God, I can't even speak anymore. Walking away with about here we go, $128 profit, 12%. That's about 12-13% based on our position sizes. So not too bad. I definitely left a lot of profits on the table today by not getting more aggressive, maybe I would say, with the larger stocks pulling back. But I think they were so hard to play, and there was just so much that could have went wrong today. So taking smaller position sizes is just never a bad idea. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you later, David. Thanks, Boy Class. Good way to end XL. Yeah. It's always a nice ending green. So I'm not complaining. Definitely don't think I'm ever complaining about being green. Just like trying to be self-critical and just analyze what happened today, what I could have done maybe better. And I think reducing my stress by reducing my position size has been a really good way to make me feel a little bit better and not cut a loss quickly. Like if I entered this trade with like $2,000, which is a bit over allocation on a trade, then who knows what I would have done. Maybe I would have closed out here because I would have been very frantic. So reducing some of the position size reduces my stress levels, and I think that's really nice. POAI might be a third trade. Who knows? Green in a bear market, always a good day, right? All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up trading there. Went a little bit over, but I hope you guys enjoyed, especially that last little one. It was good fun. Yeah, guys, like always, stay safe, make some awesome trades. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this content. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. I'd love to see you again. Let's wrap up there, guys. Have a good Thursday. I'll see you again this evening for the recap. Ciao, ciao.